Hey guys, it's the Blue Phoenix, and the internet's gone down, the power's gone out. I'm recording this while the internet's still down. I'm posting this, I believe either when the internet comes up or a few days after when I remember it exists. But here, there has been a problem going around where there have been multiple black people going around just because white people are arresting more innocent black people than innocent white people. 75% of black people who are innocent are arrested than white people. Now, don't go ahead and accuse me, oh, you're gonna discriminate against blacks, because you're wrong. I'm going to tell you that I believe everyone is made equally. No, and I do not care about the race, and I do believe that they have a point. They should not have to protest that they matter. No one needs to protest that they matter. They matter. They shouldn't have to get up and say, I matter, in front of the whole crowd of other people, just so other people will eventually look at them and say, oh yeah, you matter. Have anyone forgotten about the world wars? Either that or the wars that we've had with ourselves? I know I am from the South, and we tried to break away from the North because we wanted slaves. I'm not one of the people who are like, yeah, go ahead, your opinion don't matter. No. I'm one of those people who, I agree with the North. Slaves do not need to be a thing. We are all created equally. And this is all my opinion. I'm not going over and going, oh yeah, you are a bad person. I'm just saying my opinion. And I'm not gonna say it to someone's face, hey, if you don't believe my opinion, you are a bad person. I am saying, believe what you wish, but sometimes some things you believe are not always correct. Most of the people, I watched this thing where, what am I trying to say? I saw this picture of a person put BLM, which means Black Lives Matter, on a police thing, spray paint, something that can easily be washed off. And this person took a picture of it and put the caption, just because of your action and destruction of property, your opinion doesn't matter. Spray paint, which can be easily washed off by rain or just by like scrubbing it a few times with a wet washcloth. It's not permanent. It's not I just wrote in Sharpie on your white piece of paper or on your white shirt, BLM, or unicorns suck on your t-shirt, or unicorns are great on your t-shirt with a Sharpie. No, I spray painted BLM on a concrete surface, which that's easy enough to wash out, that can easily be washed off with spray paint. People are believing that men and whites can do whatever they want because they rule the planet, even though you're just jealous because they don't get sunburned. Because we have all evolved in different ways, where the sun is more prominent. The reason we changed races is because in Africa there's a lot of sun, so the skin doesn't get burned, it darkened and had more melanin in it, so the sun didn't harm their skin, which it still doesn't. But with us, white people, we lived in colder climates where we didn't need not a lot of sun was beamed on us, meaning we didn't need to evolve for the melanin in our skin. And we're going ahead and saying they do not matter. How would you feel if someone came over to you, stole you from your family in the middle of the night when you were just trying to sleep and are thinking about what you're going to do for the next day, how you're going to live your life for the next day? A group of people just comes over to your house, kidnaps you and your wife and your child, starts taking you to a boat, and if you resist, they will bash babies' heads against the trees for crying. If someone tries to resist, they'll shoot them in front of the others or beat them, and then put them on the boat, where even if one coughs, they get thrown into the ocean to die. And if they have to use the bathroom, you can't just get up, go to the bathroom, and use it normally. You have to sit there and wet yourself or do a number two right next to millions of other people. You are laying on your back. You can't even turn, or you'll get stuck in a sideways position, or you'll be bumping your neighbor. And all this while the people up there are just like, how much am I going to sell this one for? And you are just sitting there praying that it will be all over. Hoping that someone will help you. But no, your help never comes. Once you get off the boat, this abusive person takes you to their house, makes you do a bunch of labor that you don't want to do, and when you kindly say, hey, I don't want to do this, they'll beat you. Either that, or you don't speak their language, so you're trying to speak a completely different language. Either that, you don't speak a language at all, and they're just sitting there like, hey, I don't get what you're saying, so I'm gonna beat you. Even if you resist, you will get beaten. You could even die. We're forgetting all about the history we've been through. And we are going on ahead and reliving that same history in 2020. Do people have nothing better to do than beat up the different races again? Are we really gonna go like that? Are we really gonna go back down that path and ruin everything we've worked for? All the wars, the lives that have been taken from trying to stop slavery and become a free country that we are now. Are we going to let that waste? Are we going to let all the lives that were sacrificed go to waste? Or are we, as the generation of 2020, or the generation of 2006 and up, the millennials, are we going to do anything as Gen Z? Are we going to let this slide? No. We are going to fight for the rights of the people. There are people being beaten just because of their race and their sexuality. There are people who have been hospitalized because their parents won't accept who they are. There are people insulting other people just for being a different skin color. I mean, if we really think about it, there are multiple things they have an advantage of that we don't. We burn. If we are white people, we burn easily. And them, they don't get burned that easily. We aren't built for like, we have to train a lot harder to do sports, and we have to train a lot more than someone who has been passed on from generation the body strength to do labor, and they're able to score baskets like a pro or do sports like a pro. And there are famous people who are mostly for sports. Most of them are black. So we are missing out here that a lot of the famous people and also music started from slave songs. Meaning white people didn't make up the first songs. It was the black people who did it. So why are we discriminating against them when we didn't start most of the things? We actually took it. And you might be thinking, why do we gotta listen to a woman? Because again, there have been famous women who have done things the same as a man can. We might have different bodily structures, yes. Doesn't mean we don't build up muscle, we don't burn as easily, we don't think as easily, we don't. And other things, we don't do activities that easily. No. It just means that we have been structured to do different things, like women carry children. Men do not. And women are supposed to have a structure which attracts men, and men have to have a structure that attracts women. I don't think if a man grew a pair a woman would go over and be like, "Oh yeah, let's become married." Yeah, no, I don't think that's how it works, unless they're like lesbian or something. Either that or it's another man, something like that. And also, men can't develop things like that unless they have like a genetic problem. And if you have a genetic problem like that, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to roast you, but it's just an example. But we need to stop discriminating against each other and work together. We need to work together as a whole and understand that we are all the same. And I'm not saying personality-wise, you don't need to be the same as someone else. You have your different styles. You have your different hair color, eye color, skin color, yeah. But we are all made the same in the ways. You don't see people's skeletons. You see skeletons that are the exact same. You can't like tell, oh yeah, that person was a woman. That skeleton was a woman. I know that for a fact, because skeletons are built the same. You cannot judge on a skeleton that's a man or that's a woman, especially if it's just a clean skeleton. You can't tell which gender it is. So are we really that different after all if everything underneath the flesh is different? Well, it's all the same? Well, that's it for today, guys. Make sure you like the video and share if you feel the same as I do.